So chapter 4, binomial distribution, question number 9. According to a poll, 60% of American adults prefer saving over spending. In a random sample of 10 American adults, what is the probability that 6 adults in the sample prefer saving over spending? Now you have to think about this question. We are saying, okay, do you prefer saving over spending? And it's kind of like a yes or no question. And because you only have a yes or no, 2 choices, it's a binomial probability. And we have to call for that formula. Probability of getting exactly x successes equals n choose x times probability of 1 success raised to the x power times q probability of failure raised to n minus x power. So from the question, what are given to us? What do we know? So we are given 60% of American adult, right? So that is a proportion or probability of 1 success. What it means is if you ask one person, that person will have, or you will have a 60% chance for that person to say, yes, I prefer saving over spending. So 60% is 0.6. And we have a random sample of 10. And again, keyword sample of 10. That tells us n equals 10. Another number that we need to find out is just that, okay, what is q? And I have show you guys a few times, but just make sure you still remember q equals 1 minus p. They have to add up to 1 because it's either yes or no. If 60% of the people say yes, 40% of them say no, right? So it's 1 minus 0.6, 0.4. So the question is asking us to find the probability that 6 adults in the sample, okay, will say they prefer saving over spending. So use the formula. N equals 10, choose x equals 6 times p is 0.6, okay, raised to the x power, which is 6, times 0.4 raised to 10 minus 6 power. Now I'm going to remind you again how to use a TI 34 because most of you are using that kind of that model of the calculator and it's affordable, so it makes sense. So what you will enter into the TI 34, okay, you enter 10. You have to look for the probability key, okay, so I put a box for the key and you have to choose, I think it's number 2, but make sure you see NCR. So you choose that and you will see NCR on the window of your calculator. The next number you enter is 6 and then you multiply by 0.6 and you raise to the 6th power. Okay, so some of you might say, oh, it looks like my cursor is up top on the 6th because some of you might have put it into mathematical view. So the way to go down, you have to look for this key. Somewhere in the calculator on the right hand side, and you have to press this key, the right key, to tell it to go to the right, and it should drop down to the normal line. So instead of seeing, okay, 10 NCR 6 times 0.6 to the 6th power and your cursor's right here, it's going to drop back down right here, okay? So make sure you hit this right arrow. So then you multiply by 0.4 raised to, okay, if you cannot do 10 minus 6, please make sure you put parentheses. 10 minus 6. But if you can do it, just change it to 4, okay? So once you hit enter in your calculator, you should get this number, approximately 0.2508. So that should be the number that you get from your calculator if you enter everything correctly.